Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bev for Real show.
Bev for real, Bev for real. Bev for real, Bev for real. Her name is Bev, she keeps it real. Where her mission is to heal. She always keeps it real. She always keeps it real. Are you ready? Bev for real, Bev for real.
Keep it real.
I'm Charmaine, an artist. Understanding that God creates.
Right.
So if He created us, and we're supposed to be in the image of Him, we should be creating as well. I'm Charmaine. My writing has always been the most sacred thing to me. My paintings, you can see it from a mile away. But my writing, that was my heart, an artist. There's always a glare when I wear my glasses, but I can't see without my glasses. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bev for Real show. I am so glad to be a part of a 2-segment video. That is awesome. I'm just humbled. Just humbled even the definition to explain it. I am just grateful to have the opportunity to continue to work with Bev in just showcasing my writing. And today I get to introduce to you the segment called The Blackest Gums. It is a short story that I wrote when I was in a transitional space where I was in a really, really happy time in my life. I was traveling. I was in a mental space where I was producing content, writing, exercising, I was painting. Everything was just going really, really well. And at the moment, before writing The Blackest Gums, at the moment, I had just been learning how to channel my thoughts onto paper. I found ways to cope when I had triggers in my life. And one day, when I was in a good headspace, life happened. It threw me upside down and I didn't know how to bounce back, but I just didn't want to be irate. I didn't want to have a tantrum, and I also did not want to have a self-pity party where I just led myself into self-destruction. I used a healthier choice and I went to my local Starbucks at the time. This was pre-COVID. And I sat down and I had the opportunity to write The Blackest Gums. And the concept behind it is I am in a room facing pain. That's right. I turned pain into a person. And the one thing I love about pain is you can envision pain to be whomever you want. There is no gender. Pain is non-binary. And it does not identify to any object or substance or person. It can be whatever you have experienced pain with. I had the opportunity to experience my pain in a body form. And everything and all of my emotions are also embedded into a body form. I was able to use my loved ones around me to be my happy characters that I was used to. And I also turned them into a story. And yeah, The Blackest Gum is based off of a true story. It follows the storyline of when I was a young girl in second grade, 7-year-old, and a young boy made a comment about my teeth, the pigmentation of my gums. And so I start there and I use that emotion to write The Blackest Gums. Unfortunately, that part is in this book right here. I am almost done. I am in the last stages of writing the book. but I am in the first stage of editing the book. So if you want to follow along on when the book will actually be published and released, then you should subscribe to my YouTube channel at Unapologetically Shy. I have not really been talking about this because I wanted to get far enough in my book, but now that it's out and it's ready for y'all to see, there's no more point in me talking, and there's no more of me dragging this video on. So without further ado, here is The Blackest Gums. The blackest gums. Those same headlights keep circling around the same time of day for the same amount of times. 3 circles around the block, precisely 5 minutes apart. But only for a week. Eventually, the circling will stop. I haven't sat down and calculated what causes those headlights to flash into my living room, but I notice it, especially after a long day. Those days when I come home and decompose from the troubles of the world. I've seen those distinct lights on days where I spend the majority of my time comparing myself and complaining about where I'm currently not in life. It's been a while since I've seen those same tinted, neon blue, high beam headlights. I say almost 6 months, but I recognized them about 2 weeks ago. I was sitting down, working on an art project, and out of nowhere, I saw the lights slowly fill my living room. Painting and sketching have become my cherished pastimes, and I often find myself in a daze when drawing. Nonetheless, I dismissed it, paid it no mind. We all lose focus every now and again. But the same lights fill my living room 3 more times, and 3 more times for the next 6 days. And by the 7th day, I had had enough. I knew what it wanted, what it always wants, so I stepped outside. I was fed up, and I needed it to know there was no more hiding. I waited on my porch so it could see me. What's that saying? Face your demons head on. Now listen, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. It's not safe practicing unless you're absolutely ready to handle bruising and wounds for weeks to come. Facing your demons is a fight that will change your absolute existence. But by the second circling, it recognized I was ready to talk, because before I knew it, pain was walking to my front door. Running from pain has always been my problem. I play it too cool, accept minimal risk factors, and plan life to the T to ensure I'm continually creating happiness. And every time I build up walls, create distractions, and live in tunnel vision, here comes pain. It was invited. Like, no, you were not invited. I can't stand pop-ups, so why are you popping up? Don't be circling around the block to see if I'm still good. Trust, love, I'm good. And that's the problem. It's like pain loves me and can sense when we ain't talked in a while. Sending that hey, big head text like, you know I'm doing good, so go ahead with all that toxic energy. Isn't it convenient to use the word toxic when something doesn't seem to feel right? Putting all the accountability on the other person, like we have no role in the relationship. I guess pain wouldn't be showing up if I didn't let it in. But I stay running from it, ducking and dodging it on every corner of life, Trauma Avenue, Relationship Circle, and Ownership Boulevard. I swear pain will harass you harder than those nagging bill collectors. You could change your whole phone company, and 2 months later, here they come calling your phone trying to make arrangements. No matter how far in life you go, pain will come tagging along. And at this point, I might as well accept it's not going anywhere. We should probably be adults and sit down and have a healthy conversation about why it's been knocking since I was 7 years old. Have you ever rehearsed a conversation in your head? Replaying what you will say and how you would say it, repeating hand gestures, developing storylines, and practicing how you would pimp slap them if they started talking reckless. Writing a new ending to the closure you deserve. Yes, I am aware that typically none of those reenactments will come to pass. However, we still love to envision our happy ending, which is why I invited Pain in. Pain bypassed me and headed for my couch. I followed. It looks around to see the new pieces I've added since our last encounter. Glimpsing over to see a picture I recently took with Happiness. We ventured off to see the magnificent Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountain was a great trip, and every time I see the picture, I feel a sense of peace. Visiting the glorious mountains was an unplanned trip. I invited Happiness along because they are always a good time. Plus, I love how encouraged I feel after being in their presence. I was becoming annoyed with this meeting and knew if I didn't start the conversation, we'd be here all night. What you want? To teach you something. So typical of Pain to speak in riddles and metaphors, like I understand it's gibberish. The primary reason why we can never see eye to eye. Who has time to inference every little conversation you have with a person? What can you possibly teach me? Happiness is my mentor. Love is my best friend. Focus stays calling me. And me and humor, text all day. So what can you teach me? Pain profoundly sighs. Something all of them can. How dare Pain? Happiness, love, joy, humor, and focus are all of my friends. They are my best friends. What advice could Pain possibly give me? Listen, I thought we were having an adult conversation right now. Don't start talking about my friends before I have to get ignorant. What could you possibly do for me? The last time we hung out, I cried for a whole year. I know. That was on purpose. Pain nonchalantly responded. The nerve. See, I knew I should have never opened the door. Why didn't I trust my instincts? What do you mean on purpose? See, that's what I mean, foul. How can I be around someone who purposely wants to make me cry? Look, I'm sorry about the crying. That wasn't my intention. I wanted to teach you something. Pain makes a face and pauses for a second like I struck a nerve. Teach me what? Listen, Pain, you've done so much damage in my life. I don't think it's best we see each other anymore. Puzzled by my response, Pain answered with, what do you mean? I'm buying me some sage from the farmer's market and I'm airing this apartment out first thing in the morning. You've got to go. Pain laughs a little and turns his head to face the wall. My sarcasm can piss you off and make you laugh at the same time. I understand the laughter. I laugh too. Pain begins. I thought we were going to talk. You don't have to be petty. Shifting his tone to be softer, it continues. You act like I wanted you to cry for a whole year. At most, I thought you'd be upset for a while. But then our lessons would pick back up. But you insisted on keeping me out, ignoring me, taking random trips, buying useless material to stay distracted from seeing me. I was checking on you. I can tell I struck a nerve with the stage comment, but I was serious. Good riddance to Pain and all the baggage it brings. I don't need his concerns. But if this was my only chance to confront Pain, then I needed to be honest and push through my thoughts and tell it how I feel. I couldn't stand looking at you. I paused. Your existence reminded me of all the other times you hurt me. When you first meet Pain, you go on a never-ending adventure, one with twists and turns mixed with pleasures, discomforts, aches, hesitation, confidence, disappointments, and fear. And I can confidently say I have met Pain in different shapes, sizes, persons, and moments. I've also learned I can never know when to expect Pain. At first, I looked for pain in people, isolating myself and avoiding meeting anyone new. But then I quickly learned pain can transcend through many entities.
She keeps it real. Where her mission is to heal. Ah, do, 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 do. Bad for real. Bad for real.
Like how we try to make decisions off of one night thing.
Woo, come on.
Like even though like the sun comes up and the next day, we get caught up on that one day.
Yes.
Like or sometimes people think like if we go through something we are judged by our circumstances.
Yes.
That we are our circumstances, but even though we are beyond that.
Yes.
But anyway, that's just me future.
Well, when it comes to favorite dishes, my favorite dish is whatever's gonna make you happy.
Wow.
Whatever's gonna make you be like, oh man, let me tell my friends. My favorite dish is like, hey, Marcus called me. My favorite dish is, a handshake. Whatever it is to make you remember me or whatever it is for me to change your world, change your life, that's my favorite dish.
That's
How could you be behind the pulpit and you never experienced anything bad in life? Never went through ups and downs.
welcome to the Bev for Real show.
My first meal at the apartment with my daughter, and I don't know if she remembers, but we had fried eggs with the stuff, fried eggs, and I remember having to try to flip the eggs with a plastic fork. So of course it melted on me, but it was stuff that we had to do. It was really I was on survival mode.
Yes.
That's why I wrote the song.
Ooh,
Man,
that's big.
Some of the words, just making a comment that won't hurt anyone. Unaccepted or something different to you. Diminishing someone else's self-worth. Grotesque, they just don't have a clue. Ignorant is what you say they are. Nobody's better than you see. Grudging is what they call it on earth. Judging. And it spells it out.
Ooh.
He gave it to me. I said, whoop.
Whoa.
That's it. And I was doing it in my own household. Man, he said, no, how many times did I have to forgive you before you got it together?
Yes.
Myrtle Beach, in Atlanta for a little while. Even had some people call me down to Florida.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
That's awesome. So you will travel.
Yeah, I
You
will
will
travel.
travel.
If the ticket right.
You
that's
will
nice.
Not everybody can be entrusted with pain.
That's right.
The Bible says He gives us beauty for ashes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that's in me.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so, when I think, and God has always ministered to me about, gemstones and precious metals, they also have to go through a purification process,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's right.
In order for that gem or that particular metal to shine as bright as it possibly can,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to go through some intense processes,
Right.
some intense heat.
Mm-hmm.
Ready or not, here we go. I hope y'all boy ready, because it's time for the Bev For Real show.
That I can, cut. Mommy, don't do that. You distracted me.
What's she doing? Speak up.
Okay.
Oh my God, we're going to have to run them out.
We're going to have to run them out.
Sorry, you distracted me.
Mommy. We're like, and here she going like this. Here she Lorenzo.
I'm sorry.
YouTube page, like and subscribe and share.
The Bev For Real Talk Show would like to thank the following sponsors. If you would like to become a sponsor or have your commercial aired during the show, please email bevforrealshow@gmail.com or call 929-286-3513.
That's the end of today's show. As I always say at the end, be true to yourself by keeping it real for real. We'll see you next week.
The Bev For Real Show is produced by Vice Productions.